Mm. Okay, good evening, everyone. We'll call the meeting to order and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For roll call this evening, we have Glenn Lobeck, trustee, Jay Grover, trustee, Nicole Novak, trustee, Jude Kuhn, district clerk, Dr. Brian Graham, superintendent, and Ashley Dreyer, president, Sue Marston, vice president. With us remotely, we have Joy Lamarca, trustee, and Robin McCreary, trustee, as well as Cheryl Cardone, assistant superintendent for pupil personnel services. And do we have Dr. Harris as well? And Dr. Ruby Harris, who's the assistant superintendent for business and finance. Announcements, if you could silence your cell phones, please, and note that there's an emergency exit directly behind me and directly in front of me in case we have to leave suddenly. So if I could have a motion to approve the agenda for this evening, April 20th, 2021, please.
I'll motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. And if I could have a motion to approve the minutes from April 12th, 2021, please. And a second?
A second.
All in favor? Aye. Any objections?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. We have some student ambassadors this evening. Charlotte Tower from Veronica Connor Middle School. Is Charlotte with us? And okay. All right, there she is. Hi, Charlotte.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Charlotte Tower. I am the Vice President of the Student Council at the middle school. We have been working hard to make safe but fun events. Last month, we had a March Madness trivia contest. We used Google Forms to ask random trivia questions that students would answer. Many students got involved and took part in the trivia, even students who were 100% virtual. We had 5 winners from each grade who won. Our next student council meeting will be next Wednesday. We will be planning the next event for May. Even though it has been hard to plan events, we will be coming up with some more great ideas for all VCMS students to enjoy. And this concludes my presentation with the student council. Thank you.
Thanks, Charlotte. And from the high school, we have Tamaya Wilkes. Tamaya, are you with us? And if you are, you can unmute. I don't see her. We'll give her another second. So Tamaya, if you're with us, you can unmute and talk a little bit about what's going on at the high school. We'll wait another minute just in case you're having some technical difficulty. I know that happens with muting and unmuting on these meetings. All right, we'll move on to the correspondence, recognition, and good news. And if Tamaya joins us, we'll go back to that presentation. So for our recognition and good news, we have the new athletic multi-use turf fields and tennis courts. And did you want to have John Rumpf talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that'd be great, John. If you could join us, I know you're online with us, and maybe speak a little bit about this wonderful recognition.
Thank you, Dr. Graham. I hope everybody can hear me.
We can.
Okay. No, just an incredible facility and just a wonderful ribbon cutting last Monday. Great timing because I guess the bad weather is coming tomorrow or tonight. So, but I just can't thank the community enough for just believing in this project. And Dr. Graham and the Board of Education, your support has been unbelievable. I say this over and over, and I don't like actually saying it because I don't feel it, but being at Grand Island as long as I've been here, 48 years, and I have never had the support in athletics that this board and this superintendent and the community has given us. It's been unbelievable, and I just can't thank you enough. Getting to the facility very quickly. We started with the tennis courts, 6 tennis courts, beautiful tennis courts, brand new. First time ever they've really done them constructively like they're supposed to be done, with drainage and stone and sand and so on and so forth. Just wonderful. And I know the town rec is just chomping at the bit to get on them this summer. Beautiful concession stand, thanks to Cheryl Chamberlain with all her work and a number of people in our facility group. But the concession stand is just beautiful. I don't know what we are missing with that building, but we also have restrooms, and that's been a long time coming. That's probably the biggest criticism I've had over the years is no restroom out near the stadium field, but it's just gorgeous. Not only is it one of the biggest facilities I've seen in regards to the softball field and the baseball field with a multi-purpose field in between. We can play softball games and baseball games at the same time. Plenty of room with a space in between. But to add on top of that, to have it lighted is amazing, absolutely amazing. It's something I've been dreaming about for a long, long time, and here it is. And the people that I'm looking at right now on this Zoom are the people I can really thank. Just to add to it, we have beautiful batting cages for the baseball and softball fields. We have storage in the dugouts. Maybe I'll find out what we missed in this facility as we get started May 3rd, but I don't think we missed anything. I really think we're spot on. So I just can't thank everybody enough, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
I would like
Sure.
to thank, I know Glenn served on the facilities committee, right? Glenn Bobak, Joy LaMarca was on the facilities committee. I don't know if I'm missing anyone on our current board that served, but could you highlight, John, of just quickly a couple coaches, teachers in the district, coaches that were instrumental in giving some input for this project? Because I know there were so many that spent time after school and just dedicated hours and hours and hours to doing that. And I know it's hard to remember everyone, but if there's some key people that really were instrumental in giving you feedback or that sort of thing, I'd really like to mention them as well.
Ashley, thank you for doing that. I actually forgot about it, and I didn't want to take up a lot of time, but that's what I guess that's what makes this project so special is the teamwork and people underneath me. There is nobody I'd rather ask questions about in regards to baseball games, dugouts, facilities. Is Dean Santori, our baseball coach, has been in and out of fields for years. Brian Willits had input. Dean probably had the most input. And up until a week or two ago, just before Easter recess, we were still trying to figure out how we wanted to do the inside of the dugouts. It's just so much to it. And if I didn't have those two guys, along with Jeff Johnson, Cheryl O'Connor, our softball coach, they were just so instrumental. Steve Steck with the lacrosse and, of course, football. I hope I'm not missing anybody that really gave input, and I'm sure I have. But I've always tried to pick people's brain as a coach, as an athletic director, and I'm still doing it. And it really, really helps. I don't think anybody knows it all, and I think we can really, it really helped us a lot with those coaches' input. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but thank you, Ashley, for letting me, recognize these coaches.
You're welcome.
Sure, and then excellent job, John and Ashley, for recognizing all the wonderful people who had some input. And of course, we're very, very proud of our pink tennis court that has, that's in honor of breast cancer. And I know that in the weeks and months and years ahead, we're going to have a lot of special tennis matches in memory of all those who have suffered from breast cancer, and particularly Jen, your wonderful daughter, who we cherish and have such regard for. So that's just one very unique aspect, and it's been a blessing working with everybody. Like you said, teamwork and the collective brain gets to the finish line. So that'll be a very special moment when we can maybe even have a little breast cancer fundraiser on the tennis court.
Well, thank you, Dr. Graham.
Well, thank you for all of your hard work, John. It is really a wonderful facility, and we're looking forward to hearing play ball very soon and seeing some games under the lights. I really can't wait for that. So thank you.
You got it. I appreciate it.
Our music department at Grand Island has been awarded again the Best Communities for Music Education Award, and Mrs. Mitchke and Mrs. Russo are here to talk a little bit about that, but we're always so proud of our musicians here at Grand Island.
Thank you very much. We're very, very pleased and we're very proud. I feel very humbled to have worked with so many wonderful music teachers over my career here at Grand Island. And I can speak to you as a parent as well. I have 4 children who went all the way from Sidway all the way through Grand Island High School, and we're very actively involved in that music department. And I just think it's wonderful that we not only have teachers who teach and work to make beautiful music with the children, but they also really inspire the children to love music and to use it as a positive and a creative way of expressing themselves, as we all need places to let go and express ourselves in some way. I'm sure, Sarah, you probably have something more to say. Sarah is our middle school and high school coordinator, and I coordinate at the elementary level, and I'm just so proud to represent them and so happy that my children were able to experience working with so many wonderful people. Thank you.
Thanks. The only thing I wanted to say is it's voted the best communities for music education as well. So I work with wonderful colleagues, but it really, many of the questions have to do with the community support, the school district support, and everything for it. So it really is an award for the district because it is the best communities that support music. So we thank the board and thank you, the administration and our community, because that's what really got the recognition with our community. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, the parents do a great job with the music boosters. They always have, and we are so proud of our music department and all the different facets that we have, from the jazz bands to the concert bands to the wind ensemble to the syncopations and the women's and men's choirs. It's just been phenomenal and I can't wait to see them perform again. And go to performance. I really have missed that. I will say it's a huge part of our school district and the fabric of our community is going to those events.
And we've missed it.
We've missed it too.
We are really looking forward to it. So
thank you.
Okay, Tamaya is with us for our high school report. So we will go back to the high school update with Tamaya Wilkes.
Hi, thank you guys for having me. My name is Tamaya Wilkes. I'm here to tell you guys about what's going on in high school this week. Last Monday, April 12th, around 6 p.m., I was proud to be a part of the ribbon cutting ceremony for the new fields in the back of our high school. There was new tennis, baseball fields, softball, lacrosse, and soccer fields were a part of the capital project. Girls and boys can now play at the same field on two different fields, and we don't have to travel anymore because of limited space. Casey's concessions also have a huge upgrade with the new counter, and we're so excited to be able to serve quality food at the games. Overall, these new fields are a tremendous boost to our athletes, and we cannot wait to see them winning this spring. Also, this week, our student council is sponsoring Spirit Week. We are dressing up all week on different theme days. There is cornhole tournaments for students to participate in after school with the finals on Friday. Prizes are being rewarded to the classes with the most spirit and the contest is also on our Instagram page, GICSD. Thank you again for letting me share the good news with you guys, and I hope you all have a great night.
Thank you, Tamaya.
No problem.
So we are moving on to public comment session, agenda items only. No one has signed up for that. There's nothing under curriculum and instruction for this meeting, so that brings us to personnel, instructional. If I could have a motion to approve PI 1 and PI 2, please. And a second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. And personnel non-instructional, if I could have a motion for PNI 1 and PNI 2, please. And a second.
I can second.
All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. And that brings us to finance with Dr. Harris.
Okay, so I have 2 items on the agenda tonight for action. The first agenda item is a change order for transit construction, and this pertains to the middle school office corridor. Some additional ceramic tile finishing and a new display case that is occurring there. And then the second action item is the corrective action plan for the external audit. We've talked about this corrective action plan, just so the board is aware, in reference to food service. In the submission of me going on the website, making sure everything was up there, did come to my attention that we never took action on the corrective action plan, and that is required. So once the board chooses to approve that, I can then upload it to the state. Clearly, our food service corrective action is still in play, and it will be for a while, but just being mindful of all that has occurred with COVID and students receiving free and reduced, paid free and reduced, all now just receiving free meals until that is changed. And there has been some guidance that came out that seems like that is going to be going on for an additional school year. But as I know more, I will supply that information as well. So those are my 2 action items.
Okay, thank you. If I could have a motion to approve finance A and B items, please.
A motion.
And a second. All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0.
Thank you.
That brings us to That brings us to special education with Cheryl Cardone.
Hi, I have 2 quick action items tonight. I have program recommendations for CSC and CSC our meetings, please.
If I could have a motion to approve special education pupil personnel services A, please.
I'll make a motion.
And a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. Nothing
Thank
under policy. You're welcome. Nothing under policy, so that takes us to the superintendent's report.
Yep, it's just a brief, I just want to make sure, obviously the board knows we're very excited that our students at the elementary level are coming back to school. 5 full days starting April 26th. And just a special thank you to our principals and Teresa Lizaday, Kelly Lazinski, and Amy Viras for their work behind the scenes to make sure we have a smooth return to the 5 days of instruction for our elementary students. A lot of work is going on behind the scenes, and those individuals are doing an outstanding job. So that's all I just wanted to share tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That brings us to the Board of Education report. And before we begin our action items, I'd just like to make a brief statement on behalf of the board in regards to the article, obviously, that's in the paper. We as a school board and district, we will not do anything contrary to state guidance from New York State Ed or from a New York State agency. We are a public school, and as a public entity, we receive public funds, and therefore we must follow state guidance. So as a board, we will not do anything contrary to that state guidance. And it's imperative that we follow the regulations, as I mentioned, because we are a public entity receiving public funds from New York State. I don't know if anyone else, Glenn, if you have anything to add, or anyone else on the board, if you wanted to just say a couple things, or if that's covers everything, but I would like anyone that would like to add anything to that statement to go ahead and speak.
I think I just would like to, we did get, I think it was, 2 weeks ago or thereabouts, the guidance from the state in terms of, that related to reopening. Whether we agree with that or don't agree with the restrictions and guidance that is out there, I think that as a school district and as a board member, we have an obligation, and the school district has an obligation to follow that guidance. We're trying to take all steps that are possible to reopen the schools as fully as possible based upon that, and we will continue to do so, as I think we have done so since since September and beyond. So I trust that what we're doing now is appropriate. And if we get guidance that suggests we can do more, and if we find internally we can do more, I am very confident that that will happen, and we'll continue going forward. So, but we're not going to take, at least I am not going to take any step as a board member to suggest that we are going to take steps that are not going to follow what New York State Education Department says, or any other health department says we should do. That is not something that I, as a board member, would do.
No, none of us would suggest doing that. And we are not a private, we're not a private school. We're a public school district. We receive public funds from New York State, and we do have regulations and rules that we have to follow, and we will not do anything contrary to those rules and regulations. If anyone else has anything that they'd like to add, or if that covers everything. Okay, so then moving on to the Area 1 BOCES budget vote and election, and the election inspectors for the budget votes. If I could have a motion to approve A and B, please. And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. We did not have anyone sign up for the public comment session for general items not included in the budget. So that brings us to the committee of the whole, items and information from the roundtable, beginning with Glenn.
I got nothing.
I'm good, thanks.
I don't have anything.
Cheryl? Oh, I'm sorry, Joy. Let's start with Joy.
I'm all set, thank you.
Okay, Robin?
I'm good, thank you.
Cheryl?
Just wanted to say congratulations to the music department and the athletic department. Lots of great things going on. So wonderful, wonderful to hear.
Ruby?
Just a couple of quick things. I know there are some questions in reference to transportation. I do know the building administrators will be pushing information out to the parents. If you have ever used eLink before, that will be the same process, but the information will not be available until the end of the week. So if you're looking now, that information will change. So you want to look around Friday or Saturday to be safe for that update. There is another thing, I believe I mentioned it last week, but we've actually had a couple of parents send their kids to receive free and reduced lunch applications so they could apply to possibly qualify for the $15 internet component. I am asking people to just slow down a little bit. In a couple of weeks, we will have a full-blown online portal, which will allow people to apply. I think this is actually going to work out for the benefit of Grand Island, because that's an incentive for someone to fill out an application that may not have filled out one before. And free and reduce impact our title allocation, as well as other things such as tests when you're in the high school. So it could be a benefit for us. And lastly, I just want to thank our great team, Brian and Cheryl, for their taking a couple hour session in reference to questions. I did not have to participate. That was great. But I want to thank them for that because they did it with ease. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Dr. Graham?
No, I'm all set tonight.
Okay, May 10th, we have another Board of Education meeting. May 18th is the annual budget vote and the Board of Education trustee election. And that's 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. With that, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:56 p.m., please.
I'll motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. Thanks. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.